everybody and welcome to this week's vlog. And today we are in SeaWorld. Well, tonight actually. We've come, it is 6:20, it's Saturday, and we've come to Howl-O-Scream. So we were at Halloween Horror Nights last week and now we are going to do the SeaWorld one. I'm here with Zara and Amy and Scarlett are here too. Let me just check my mic on. Yeah, so we're just going to go in now. Got no idea what it's going to be like, whether it's going to be scary or not, but we're going to do some roller coasters and do some houses and some scare zones and things. Looks like all the day guests are just walking out now. The car park was a bit mental, nothing like Disney or Universal. It was not organised at all. I've just parked the car in a random space. Yeah, so they need to go and get some tips off them. But anyway, we'll see what the night's like. So we're inside. The scare actors are good already, aren't they? They come right up to your face. Yeah, just on our way in. So we're just going to have a little look in the shop. The event starts in 20 minutes. Oh, that's really cool cup, isn't it? How much is that? 20. $36.99. That was the first scare zone we went through, called the Bloodlight District. We like that. So we're just heading to the first house now. We haven't got express or anything, so we're just going to see how it goes, and yeah, maybe we'll learn by our mistakes and have to get express next time. But it seems good up to now. The scare actors are on it. I'm not sure if you can see or hear me. The music's really loud and it's really dark. But we've just done the first two houses. You go from one house to the next straight away. They were amazing. Already better than Halloween Horror Nights. They were so good. The props and everything, honestly, was so good. We're really impressed already.
I think it's a scare zone party.
We don't have any. Where are you going? Yes.
Oh my God! Did you get it? Good morning everybody and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday the 6th of October. I left you last night in SeaWorld. I'm not really sure what I vlogged. I don't think I vlogged very much. Obviously I haven't even looked at the footage yet. We didn't get in last night until about 12:30. We had such a brilliant night. It was so good. We actually liked it better than Halloween Horror Nights. Obviously Halloween Horror Nights is fresh in our mind because we only done that last Sunday, I think. But last night was so good. We had so much fun. We laughed all night. We got so many like jump scares. The scare actors were absolutely brilliant. Much more interactive than they are at Halloween Horror Nights. They literally were chasing people down the street. They were jumping out of bushes. You had no idea they were even there. It was just really fun. Really, really fun. But I sort of stopped filming a little bit because it was definitely more of an adult theme. Some of the scare actors, when they were chatting to you and when they were saying things, they were staying in the character all along, but they were like saying things that were more of an adult theme. So I just was conscious about like vlogging it, because obviously I know that there's kids and stuff watching it. It's definitely not appropriate. I would say Halloween Horror Nights is more appropriate for a younger person than what SeaWorld Howl-O-Scream is, because it was just more of an adult theme, I would say. But we really enjoyed it. We didn't get all of the houses done. There was only 5 houses and we only done 3. The last 2 towards the end of the night, the queue was just too long and we didn't buy express. But I was so impressed by it that next year I will be buying tickets and express for sure. Yeah, it was really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. But today I am tired. I slept in till about 8:30. That's about my limit for sleeping in. I've just been up and checked Zara. I mean, it's 12:20 now. I've just been up and checked her. She was awake. She was like, yeah, I've been awake for about an hour. It's raining outside. It looks as if this is the start of the rain for the week. Apparently we're going to have a really wet week. And it looks as if things don't change in the next 24 hours, we are in the path for Hurricane, what was it called? Milton? Hurricane Milton. It's out in the Gulf at the moment, but they're predicting that it's going to be a hit for Tampa and then in, which is where we are. We live in Polk County. So I think I now need to start preparing the fact that we will probably be in the house most of the week. I expect Zara to be at school tomorrow, but I expect the school to be closed Tuesday, Wednesday, because they were closed for Hurricane Helene, which was only, 10 days ago? And that was nowhere near like a direct hit. That hit right up on the Big Bend, and they still closed the school because it's used as like an evacuation thing. So yeah, that's the start of our week. One of my lovely followers has just kindly sent me a message and said that if we need to, we can go to her house. She has a generator and stuff, so that is so kind of people to offer. I'm hoping that it is not going to get to that stage. I think the worst thing would be losing power, because then you haven't got any air conditioning, no internet and things like that. So I've decided to change the way I was going to do the week. So what I was going to do is I was going to release the cruise vlog tomorrow, the last cruise vlog. And then I was going to do a shopping vlog for Wednesday, because I had a couple of ideas in my head. But I'm not going to do that now, because I think tomorrow, I think the shops will be crazy now, because people will be out panic buying. So I think I'm going to scrap that idea and move that to next week and just let the cruise vlog go out this week as my Wednesday vlog. Obviously, this will have all happened by the time you're actually watching me waffle on about this. So that's the plan for the week, because I joined Costco because I thought it would be good to show it on the vlog, and I also wanted to see it for myself. I've never been in a Costco anywhere, because in the UK you can't join Costco unless you have a business, or you know somebody who has a business, or you work for a certain profession. So here you can join Costco, anybody can join Costco. So I done that the other day. I joined online, but I need to go in and like verify my identity, because it wouldn't let me do it online for some reason. So I thought in the morning I might drop Zara off at school, and then I might go to Costco and do that, and I'll show you guys a little bit about it and see what you think. Let me know if you're a Costco member in the UK, and what you think of it. Jason used to be a Costco member years ago before we were together, and he said that the Kirkland brand food has always been very nice. So let's have a look at that and see what that is like tomorrow. Then I assume we will be in the house for the rest of the week, unless things drastically change in the next 24 hours with this hurricane and it all of a sudden turns left or right. I'm saying I hope it does, but then I know that if it went up towards the Big Bend, they haven't even recovered from the last hurricane yet, which is absolutely awful. So other things that I was going to do this week, I was going to get the palm tree moved. I'm going to leave that now until the end of the week. And then also I was going to put up some Halloween decorations. I had an Amazon delivery come yesterday with some decorations, but again, I'm not going to do that now till the end of the week. So hopefully you will see that at the end of this vlog, when the weather is past us and we are back to Florida sunshine. If you're here this week, if you've been here this week in Orlando, then you've probably had a wet and miserable week. This is not going to be the week to be going to theme parks. So other than that, I don't really have many plans, but I'll take you along. We are actually going out tonight again, me and Zara, and we're going up to Universal to the cinema, because about 2 weeks ago, she was like, oh, Mum, I really want to go and see this. It was, some YouTubers, Sam and Colby, and they are like ghost hunters. I've watched a couple of videos with her before, and they have like done a movie, and it was only on for a short amount of time. That is the wind whistling outside, by the way, if you can hear that. It's only on for a short amount of time, and when we went on, the tickets were more or less sold out everywhere, but we managed to get 2 tickets for the Universal cinema tonight, so that's at 7:30. So like I say, it's already 12:30. I'm just going to have a chill afternoon and do some tidying up. I've just put a lasagna in the oven. Zara asked me about 3 days ago for lasagna, and I've only just got round to making it. So we'll have that for like late lunch dinner. And then we'll head up to Universal later on this afternoon. Yeah, probably not till about 6 o'clock or something. I can hear the dryer now beeping away in the background. I've got the dishwasher on. I've got everything going. It's just one of them days. Yeah, I'll show you the miserableness of outside. There we go. It's miserable, it's grey, it's raining. Yeah. Oh, and also, our neighbours moved in yesterday, so I seen the removals van and them moving things in and out, but I didn't speak to them because it wasn't long before we went out. But yeah, there's the Florida rain on a Sunday for you. I've just got back from Publix, and I've never seen it like that before. It wasn't like horrendously busy, but there was a lot more people in there than usual, and the shelves were bare. I've never seen the shelves like that. Usually Publix is perfectly stocked all the time, and it always looks really nice. Yeah, there was a lot of people in there. There was no toilet roll on the shelves. There was no water. There was like all of the tin stuff's been well picked over. Anyway, I decided to go and just stock up on a few things because, well, the thing is, you have to look on Facebook, don't you? And that's it, you panic over things. Anyway, I'll show you what I bought. I know I haven't done a shopping haul for a while. This isn't really a proper shopping haul, but so I picked up Zara some of these new poppable Lay's honey barbecue to try, and some Cheetos. And also these green, I've showed these before, these are delicious, nice little snack. Then I got some of my cereal that I always put on my coffee yoghurt. I got Zara some more orange juice. She drinks orange juice every day. And then for me, I was thinking, what are we going to eat if we've got no power? But I've got my little camping stove that I don't know how to use, but I got some little noodle pot things. This one is roasted chicken flavoured ramen, and this one is spicy tequila lime. Don't know. I got some of those. And I got some of these little Ritz snack things, cheese and crackers. Some raspberries and some strawberries. Bread, the aisle was bare, so they didn't have the bread I usually buy. So they had this one, thick sliced brioche bread. Don't know. But if we need to make a cheese sandwich or ham sandwich, something like that. I got a bottle of white wine, obviously, because if I'm stuck in the house, I need some entertainment. Then I got my favourite salad from Publix. This one is so nice. They are $9, so they're quite expensive, but it does have meat and cheese and everything in it. So that would feed me for like 2 meals, because usually me and Jason share this. And then the Oreos were on offer, so I got some mint thin ones for me, and the double stuff thin for Zara. Then I also got some of these Del Monte fruit things. Again, I thought, you know, if you've got no power or anything, it's got some sugar in it. Well, it's probably got more than some sugar in it. It says it's got no added sugar. God knows, I don't believe that. So I got these pineapple ones for me, and I got these ones for Zara. They've got pineapple and boba in them. Yeah, these ones have got loads of sugar in them. And then I got some baked beans from the little international section. I think I have already got some in the cupboard, but I thought I'll just pick up an extra tin of beans. Again, I can warm that up on the stove. I got Zara some yogurts, just strawberry ones. And what else did I get? I got 4 coffee yogurts and some little oranges. And that was about it. That's all I bought. They didn't have any bananas. I wanted bananas, didn't have any at all. They were all gone. Yeah, so I just got, like I say, a few bits and pieces. We've already got lasagna made there. That will probably feed us today and tomorrow. And then I've got other bits in the freezer that I can cook up and possibly eat cold. I was thinking about making a bit of a pasta salad. I've got plenty of pasta, and then I've got some eggs, so I thought I'd do some boiled eggs. I've got some cucumber and peppers and things like that to use up in the fridge anyway, so I thought I would do that. But I just, hopefully this hurricane is just going to turn around and go the other way, but as the days got later and later, it's looking that it isn't going to do that, so we're just going to have to see how it goes. So yeah, so now we are home now, and in about 2 hours time we're off up to Universal to see the movie. So I'm probably not going to vlog any of that because we're literally just going to the cinema and that's it. So I'll pick up with you tomorrow. I'll let you know how the cinema was, and yeah, I'll see what, like I say, I was going to go to Costco in the morning. I'm not sure. I'm just going to play it by ear, see what happens, but I'll take you along anyway. Hi everybody, and happy Monday. Well, I'm not sure it's that happy, to be honest. But as I mentioned yesterday, and you will have already, this will have already all happened by the time you're watching this anyway. Hurricane Milton is on his way. He is still in the path for Orlando and like right over my house type of thing. That has not changed. I was really hoping when I looked this morning that it took some drastic change, but it hasn't. There is still time for it to change though, so I'm hoping. I know that's not nice for, you know, other people that might then be in the path, but I'm just in the queue now waiting to pick up Zara from school. It is 20 to 3 and the school is closed. I've probably already said that, but the school is closed Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they said that they will let us know about Friday. So, you know, whatever. To be honest, I'm happy for her to be at home anyway. She was very happy about it. She's like, oh, I love going to school in Florida. You get loads of time off. I was like, oh, I said, we shouldn't be happy about this though, should we? But anyway, so she is going to be off for the next few days. So we are just going to stay in the house and ride it out. Tomorrow, I think the weather might just be similar to what it is today. It's been miserable really all morning. It's actually the brightest it's been now, but it's still completely covered with cloud. I haven't seen the sunshine at all. It's rained most of the morning, and I expect that we'll get much more of this before we actually get the hurricane winds and everything. So I've put everything on charge this morning. I've charged up the fans, I've charged up the battery pack, and just made sure that we've definitely got enough water. I plan on putting some bottles of water in the freezer as well in the morning, and also filling up like our cups, like you know, like the Starbucks cups, things like that. I'm going to fill all of those up and put them in the fridge, so we've got plenty of water. We've got plenty of food in the house, so I'm not worried about anything like that. I think the worst case scenario is us having no power and the power staying off. You know, if the power goes out for 10, 12 hours, then you can sort of live with it. But then once you start to then have no battery on your phone and things like that, then that's when it gets, well, where you just sort of inconvenienced really, aren't you? No air conditioning. The house should withstand any winds. If the hurricane stays on the path that it says it is, we will experience up to 110 mile an hour winds apparently, and the house is built to withstand more than that. So I'm hoping that everything is going to be okay. You know, will we lose our fence? I don't know. I really don't know. But as long as we're okay, then a house is a house, isn't it? A fence is a fence. It doesn't matter when it comes to your life, does it? As long as me and Zara are okay. Jason is over on the west coast, so he is not affected by this whatsoever. He said the weather's really nice over there. He is rostered to come over towards Orlando on Thursday, but that will probably end up changing. Orlando Airport have just announced that they're closing on Wednesday. I expect to see Disney, Universal, all of those being closed Wednesday and Thursday probably. Yeah, so that's the update up to now. I'll keep updating you, and this vlog, unfortunately, I won't be going anywhere until the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, possibly, depending on what the weather's like and depending on what the damage has been, really. So yeah, this will be a Hurricane Milton vlog and just updating you on what it's like to live through probably my first hurricane, because there are others that have like passed by in the last few weeks. I know that the last one, Helene, was devastating to some people, but it didn't really come near us. We just got a bit of wind and rain, that was it. So if this crosses the path that it's meant to cross, I seen on the news earlier that it's the first time in 100 years that it's crossed this path. I said to Jason on the phone, I went, of all the years, the year I move here. Anyway, I will keep you updated. Good morning everybody, and welcome to Tuesday. So it's Tuesday and it is now about 20, maybe it's about 30 hours until Milton is going to show up. Yep, he is still on the path for Florida. He's adamant that he's coming to Florida and coming right here where I live, which I'm not happy about. I keep checking the updates on the news and yeah, nothing's changing. The path has remained the same within about 20 or 30 miles, but we are still in that path. So we've got another 24 hours yet before we're going to see any bad weather. I mean, you can see the sky outside. It's actually quite pleasant today. The temperature is a lot cooler, probably because of the storm that's about to come. It's only about, I think when I looked earlier it said it was about 27 degrees, which is amazing. It doesn't really feel humid. It feels a bit eerie, to be honest. We haven't been anywhere yet today, and we're just Zara's just getting dressed now, and then we're gonna pop out. She wants to get crumble cookies of the week. I know that's not important, but you know, we're going to be stuck in the house all week. You have to have some nice treats, don't you? Because once we're home from there, that will be us in the house, and probably until Thursday, if not longer. They've already closed the school now for Friday. So we now know that she won't be back at school until at least next Monday. They said that they would obviously let us know about next week, depending on what damage they've sustained and everything. I'm quite glad that they've just said that the school is closed on Friday, to be honest, because then you just know, don't you? You just know that she's off and she's at home. So my job now is to move this outside furniture inside. It is very heavy furniture. It is like made of metal, but still, with the winds that we are apparently going to get, I do not want to take any chances whatsoever. So I've got this furniture to move in, and there is a hose pipe outside. I'm going to roll that up, put that in the garage, and then also the bin is out the front because that was emptied last night or this morning, so I'm going to put that in the garage as well. That's the bin that usually stays outside. Now we have a fence. Speaking of the fence, I'll just give you one last look. Look at that fence. Yeah, I don't think that fence is going to be there much longer. I have a feeling that $6,000 is just going to go poof and fly away. But hey, whatever, as long as we're okay and neither of us are hurt, then what's a fence? You know, it's a big loss. And I also think that this lanai, like the netting, will probably go if we get the winds that are as strong as what they say. But watch this space. I will try and get as much as I can on video. However, we are going to get the storm during the night, so it's unlikely that I'm going to get any video footage of it, but I will let you know. I'll keep updating, and like I said probably yesterday, this vlog is only going to be this week, just updating on what it's like to live here and live through a hurricane. I think this is going to be our first and proper test of what the house is going to be like, what the house is going to do, how it's going to fare. Let's move the furniture inside. So that's the outside furniture in. There we go. And the barbecue as well. We've brought the barbecue in. Zara's like, why are you bringing the barbecue in? I was like, well, it's just you don't want anything flying around outside. So it's all in the house. And outside is completely empty. So at least once the hurricane is over, I can get all that floor clean because I can see the mark where the rug has been already. So yeah, so that's the outside furniture in. I need to do the hose pipe outside there in the bin, and then that is done. But we're going to pop out now, and we're going to pop to Crumble Cookie, but we're going to go to the one at Lakeland. Even though it's further away, it will be quicker for us to go there because Posner Park, the IFO is just in solid red. So we're going to pop down there now, get some Crumble Cookies. Just going to have a little look in Five and Below, see if they've got any jugs in case I need to scoop the bathwater into the toilet to flush them, and I can just throw them away. No, I'm not, it's closed. They closed 50 minutes ago. There's a sign in the door saying they were only open 10 till 3. Good morning everybody and welcome to Wednesday. It's Doomsday. Today is the day that Hurricane Milton is going to show his ugly face here in Florida. So you'll have probably seen that I've already done the house prep. I've done what I can. There's nothing like loose outside or anything like that. There's nothing else I can do now. Whatever blows away or breaks is out of my control completely. So it is 10 to 12 now. As you can see in the house, it is pretty dark. You sort of need a light on. You go in the kitchen or the bathroom or anything like that, and it's a bit gloomy. I've got the news on, keeping updated and keep checking it and thinking hopefully that path changes, but it's looking more and more unlikely now that the path changes. I've started putting an update on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok, and I plan to do that like every 3 hours. I know this is old news by the time that you're watching this, but just because of the sheer amount of messages that I've had, and I know that everybody is concerned, but it's getting impossible to like personally reply to everybody. When I've also got my family and friends messaging. This turns out that it's been a worldwide, like on the news. My friends in Qatar, Australia, everywhere, obviously the UK. They're saying on the UK news that it's, you know, going to be catastrophic, but I think they're saying that it's going to be catastrophic for like Orlando as well, which is not necessarily true. Yes, it is going to be catastrophic for the Tampa Bay area, and like Sarasota, and that's the wind whistling outside, which is the first time I've heard anything like that actually. So it is not going to be catastrophic for my area. It should be a category 2 by the time it passes through tonight. That's if it doesn't weaken anymore. Now a category 2 is still way more than the Orlando area has ever felt before, because even though yes they've been through many hurricanes, when you actually look at the track that certain hurricanes have took, none of them in 100 years have took this track. It's basically going like a car going to go up the I-4. That's its track. So I've had so many messages off people saying, oh, I was there during hurricane this, or I was there during hurricane and it wasn't that bad, which is like us last week with Hurricane Helene. But the eye was actually nowhere near us last week. The eye was way up on the Big Bend of Florida, and so we only felt the out of bands, which is what a lot of the hurricanes have felt like here. This one is coming right through the middle. So they're saying that no Florida local will have ever lived through a hurricane like this, because there hasn't been one like this for 100 years. So, and unless you're over 100, which is pretty unusual, then yeah, you won't have felt that. But that's not me trying to hype this up. I've really been trying to play this down. I'm only given like facts, what I've heard from local news people. So it's a little bit breezy, nothing major. You can see my hair moving there in the breeze, but nothing that is out of the ordinary. It's not raining at the moment, but it has been raining all night and most of the morning it has rained. So unfortunately the floodplain that's out there, the water is already at the surface. You can see the water line. It's going to be really interesting to see how full that gets. And it's going to be a big test for the house, really. I really don't expect it to flood. I really don't expect that at all. But it is going to be the big test. Yeah, so I don't know whether you can hear that wind whistling around or not. This fan that Jason's recently put up, that is also blown around because it is lower than the edge there. So I don't know whether that is moving and whether you can see that on the camera. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously there's no furniture or anything out here. I'm really hoping this netting stays intact. So I'm going to boil some eggs. Just do six will be enough. And also, while I'm here with these pans are the best thing ever. They are a brand called Carrot, I think. And the handles clip on, so they're easy to store. You can store them, stack them up in the cupboard. They're easy to put in the dishwasher. They're easy to wash. You get 2 of these handles with them and you just clip them on like that. They're amazing. And then if you want to put it in the oven, you just carry it in the oven and then undo the handle. They're great. This is the brand Carrot. I got them on Amazon, but I really like them. I'm also going to make some little paprika potatoes in the air fryer now, and we'll either eat them warm in a bit for lunch or we can save them and have them cold later on or tomorrow. So things sort of took a bit of a turn for the worst. We got a couple of like tornado warnings and they told us to get undercover. And I also had like a YouTuber on, like a live YouTuber, and they were tracking all of the tornadoes. Apparently like a record number of tornadoes broke out, and one of them, it said it was like literally 2 minutes away. So I ran downstairs and got Zara. We went in the cupboard under the stairs and we waited there for about 40 minutes. Until the tornado warning had expired. So we're now out of the cupboard. I'm back upstairs. I've put my phone back on charge. The rain is just constant, like heavy rain at the moment. But it's the pond thing out the back is filling up, but it's got a long way to go before it would actually fill, if you know what I mean. I'll see if I can show you. There, so you can see the water in the like the overflow bit outside, but that really does dip down past our fence, so it has got a long way to go before that is going to fill up. However, we have probably got another 12 hours of this battering rain, so I really don't know how it's going to go. The hurricane hasn't even hit landfall yet. I don't think it hits land for another about 4 hours, so we've got hours of this. I really don't know what to do tonight, whether we should be sleeping downstairs, but then we've got big glass windows. I really don't know what to do. I have a feeling it is going to be a long night, but I will just keep you updated. It doesn't help that Zara has got the TV on really loud downstairs and it is literally rattling the floor. Like she's got The Walking Dead on. And you know when you keep like feeling the vibrations and you think it's coming from outside, it's not. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. It is Zara's flashing the flashlight at me, or the torch. That's a bit bright though, Zara. A little bit of background light, please. It is 6:30 and we have lost power. Zara, you blinded me with a light. So it is, as you can see outside, it's pretty, like it's getting dark already. It's like dusk. So yeah, the worst time to lose power because it's getting dark and that's going to be us for the night, I think. I mean, it's not even that bad outside at the minute. It's been bad, but I would say it's sort of good for now. But yeah, we've lost power. I'll keep you updated. I think the eye wall is just hitting the land now. Let's see what happens. But we have no power and yeah, everything is fully charged. But you know, when you just like, I'm now not going to really be able to go on my phone and just look for when I need to look for like updates and things. But yeah, it's like you've had your arm chopped off, isn't it, when you've got no power? Zara's just said, is this how they used to live years ago? I was like, yeah. Watch this space. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thursday morning. Now the weather has passed over us. Thank goodness, honestly. It was the worst I've ever experienced in my life. It was worse than I thought it was going to be. But thankfully the house has come out unscathed. I really don't know how. At one point we were up here in my bedroom and Zara had fell asleep. It was really noisy outside, but I was like, well, at least she's fell asleep. I was just sort of like toss and turn and trying to listen to it. Obviously we've got no power, so I couldn't even like look on my phone. The signal was really bad. But then it woke her up about 1 o'clock and I'd just managed to get a text message to my mum to say, just checking in while I've got a bit of signal, we're okay. Like it's pretty bad, but we're okay. And the message sent, so that was good. And I'd told Jason that I would only contact him if it was an emergency because I didn't want to panic him. I said, look, I'm okay in the house and if I need to, I'll text or call you. So I hadn't sent one to Jason, which I probably should have really. But then over the next sort of 30-40 minutes, the weather got so loud, it was unbearable. The rain was just banging on the windows and the noise of the wind, I can't describe it. I can't describe the noise of the wind. And by that point, we then had no signal whatsoever. So I couldn't even look. I was trying to see like where the eye of the storm was as it passed us. And I think what was happening was the eye of the storm had just passed us and we were in the back bit, because I know they say like the whip at the back is the worst. It was horrible. The wind was, when you say howling wind, that was howling wind. It was like making a sound, but it was, you could hear it sort of coming in like a loud, and all I kept thinking because of earlier in the day was the tornadoes, and my heart was racing and I was just thinking, what if this roof peels off this building? So I said, and Zara was awake by this point because it was just so noisy. So I said to Zara, let's go downstairs, because the wind was hitting my window and the water was hitting the window. So I thought the wind is coming from this direction and the bedroom downstairs is at the front. So I said, let's go down into the bedroom down there. I said, because we might not then get the rain noise and we then one level down in case things start to like peel away at the top here. So we did that and it was so much quieter downstairs, so much quieter. There was obviously no rain noise, only just what you could hear outside, but it wasn't coming against the window, and I could hear the wind, but nowhere near like you could upstairs. So we went down there and we both then, I think I was awake about another hour, and then I must have managed to fall asleep because the next thing I knew it was like 7 o'clock this morning. And I opened my eyes, could see it was light, and I thought, I have to go and check, see if we've still got a fence. I cannot believe that fence is still standing. We've lost a couple of the end caps at the top, I'll show you later on, and one of the actual bit of the fence where the palm tree is like come out of the side, but again, that's very easily fixed. We've still got a lanai. I am shocked. I'm really shocked. There's, apart from like some debris out the front, like just leaves and things like that, there doesn't look like there's any damage to the house. I'm amazed. And I've just been talking to the neighbour outside, He's a local, and he said that's the worst he's ever experienced in various different hurricanes that have come around the area. He said that was absolutely the worst. He said even I come outside this morning and expected to see part of the roof gone. He said it was that bad. But he said me and my wife have already just said we're going to send a gift basket to Pultehomes. He said, because I'm impressed. I was like, yeah, I'm impressed too. He was the one who told me about the end caps on me fence. I hadn't even noticed. He'd picked a couple up for me. But the downside is now we still have no power and we have no phone signal. It's just SOS. I've tried to connect to that satellite thing that the iPhone has. It won't work. Nothing happens. It says satellite unavailable. So I don't know whether that has anything to do with the weather that's just passed through. So I cannot contact anybody. Even though my mum knows from like 1 o'clock that we were okay. I'm looking at my watch. I haven't got my watch on because it's an Apple Watch and it's dead. But that was it's about 9 o'clock now, 10 o'clock. So that was like 9 hours ago that I last contacted anybody. I just hope people aren't concerned because I really don't know how I'm going to get in contact with anybody. I've tried to send a normal text message to Jason. I've been and stood outside in the street to see, and I asked the neighbour, they have no signal either. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to attempt to make a cup of tea on that camping stove, and then we'll have something to eat. And then I think we'll probably get in the car and go somewhere on the hope that we'll find a phone signal. I know my friend up the road, Amy, they have a generator. So maybe we'll pop to Amy's, check that she's okay. That's all if the roads outside are okay. The neighbour said, don't be shocked when you go outside. He said if there's trees and things down, he said it might look a bit rough when you leave this street. He went, these homes are well built. He went, but other homes won't be well built. He said, so just don't be shocked when you go out and see a bit of devastation. So we'll take you along with us for the day, but I'm just so thankful that we're okay. It was horrible. Honestly, if it was ever on that path again, I think I would evacuate, just so I didn't have to go through that night again. Let's hope that's not going to happen. Hi everybody, so I thought I'd give you a little update. It's 12:40. We still have no power, no phone signal, nothing. But the biggest blessing is it is quite cool outside, so I've put the chairs back outside, or two of them, just so I can sit outside and it's nice and breezy, and I've got the windows open upstairs, which is creating a nice draft through the house. Obviously we've got no AC, but I think the storm has wiped out the heat because it's really cool. I've got the hot water on again, boiling down there because I'm going to have a coffee, and I've got some boiled eggs here. I'll show you my little setup. I've got some of my boiled eggs that I made yesterday. I've got the radio on. I'm going to try and see if I can find anything out. I've got a little bit of crumble cookie. I've got one of Zara's books that I'm going to start reading. I've got my water. So that's my setup for the afternoon. We went out in the street earlier just to have a look outside and everything, and as we were out in the street, some lady was walking up the street and she was like, excuse me, she said, are you Katie? I was like, yeah. And she said, your husband's put something on the Facebook group for the community, because he's concerned about you. Obviously he can't get hold of me and I can't get hold of him. And I was like, right, I see. And she said, he just wants to know are you okay? And I was like, yeah, just tell him I'm fine. I said, how have you got phone signal? And she was like, I don't know. But then when we had the radio on earlier, it said that it was Verizon that was completely down. Well, I think we're with Visible, which is a part of Verizon. So unfortunately, we have got nothing. So she's replied to Jason and let him know that I'm okay. The neighbour helped me open the garage door to get the car out. Obviously, again, no electric to get the garage door open, and I wasn't strong enough to pull it, so he helped me get the car out. And then we did drive to Amy's down the road, but she wasn't in, or she didn't answer anyway. And then we quickly just went into the local town to see if the 7-Eleven was open, because I thought if they've got a different SIM card, I was going to buy one, but it was all boarded up, which is absolutely fair enough. The staff should not be working. but I just thought we'd check, and all the traffic lights and everything were off, and there was a tree hanging over the road that hadn't snapped but is about to snap, and I said to Zara, this isn't safe to be out on the road, so, and I need to conserve the battery of the car. So we just come straight home, and yeah, Zara's upstairs. She's just took some snacks upstairs and she's just going to read, and I'm going to do exactly the same down here. And yeah, that's it. We're back to the 1900s with no electricity, nothing. It's weird because you just can't do anything, and it's weird not being able to actually see what's going on. Like, I want to know what's going on with the weather and everything. Can't find anything out. Yeah, so my water's nearly boiling now, so at least I can have a nice cup of coffee. Thank goodness I bought this hurricane kit. We've used everything in the box. I've used the radio, I've obviously used the camping burner, we've used the fans during the night, and that's why I'm sat outside, because I don't want to have the fans on now, because we're probably going to need them for the next few nights. Yeah, I'm just so thankful that I actually bought all of that stuff, because we have used it. Hopefully we'll never use it again, but you just never know. Hi everybody, just thought I'd give you a little update. Nothing's really changed here. It is about 5:45. We still have no power, no mobile phone or internet service whatsoever. So we went out, Amy came to check on me. We'd been there this morning, but they didn't answer the door, but she said they were out the back fixing their fence, so they hadn't heard us. So she'd come to check on me because she was worried that the message hadn't delivered to me. So then she said, oh, why don't you come round for a bit? So we've just been round there. We were there for a few hours and we've played a card game. They have no power either, but they do have a generator. So we fully charged our phones around there, and she's made a nice coffee. So we've just played like a card game with them. So that was nice, because it was nice to just have some company for a few hours, seeing as we have no way of contacting anybody or doing anything. It's really strange because so Publix was open and they were doing they had like chickens and everything, so we got a cooked chicken and we've just had some of that for dinner and some other snacky little bits, and it's all of a sudden turned a bit dark again. It was really bright not very long ago. I'll show you what it looks like outside. So that's what it looks like at the moment. Like I say, it's a little bit cloudy again now. You can see that there's plenty of water out there, but it has actually receded quite a lot since this morning. It's obviously soaking into the ground. Next door I've got a generator running. If you can hear that noise, that's what that is. We unfortunately do not have a generator. We've not got long, like we've probably got about another 2 hours of daylight now, before we are back out with the candles and everything again tonight. Zara has borrowed a board game from Amy, and we have got some board games, but this one is a Walking Dead board game. So Zara is setting it up on the table. And where's the front of the box, darling? So we've borrowed this board game, and as you all know, we are watching The Walking Dead, so we're going to play this tonight, aren't we? Well, Zara's reading the rule book. It seems like a very big rule book, but she's having a read through that. So I think we're going to go for a walk now, and then we're going to come back and we're going to play the board game before it gets too dark. Yeah, that's about it really. Another night of nothing, no communication to anybody. Like, it's bizarre. You can't, usually, even if you'd have lost power, you would have had your phone to at least like contact somebody, but I literally cannot even ring anybody, nobody, nothing. It's bizarre. Zara feels like her leg's being cut off because she's got no mobile phone, because we are both with the same network. If Jason was here, his might have worked because he's with a different provider, but me and Zara are both with the same one. And Publix didn't have any SIM cards. All they had was like top-up cards, and I think you probably maybe could register online, but I can't get online. So what can you do about it? We just have to hope that it's restored sometime soon, because especially the power, because already the fridge is now too warm. The food in there is now no good. So everything that I've got in the fridge really needs the bin now. So once we get to probably tomorrow night, we will then be in a position where the only foods that we have is like dry foods. Although Publix was open, the shelves are a little bit bare, but we can go back to Publix tomorrow, and I don't know whether maybe food places might start opening from tomorrow, like that we could go out and get something. We'll have to see, but again, I'm worried about how long the power is going to be off because of the car battery. It's on 70% at the moment, so wherever we do go, I don't want to go too far because I need to conserve the battery in case the power is off over the weekend. I mean, I really hope that it isn't going to be, because that is going to be a nightmare. But anyway, I'll stop rambling on and I will catch up with you when anything changes. Good morning everybody and happy Friday. We still have no power, unfortunately. Phone signal has been coming back in on my phone. Zara has had nothing at all. I've managed to send a couple of text messages now and put an update on Instagram and Facebook. But like I say, we've got no power still. I'm a little bit concerned about the power situation. I know there's people far more in need than we are, but we're actually, because we're in Port County, our power is TECO, which is Tampa Electric, and I just have this bad feeling that we're obviously just going to be put to the bottom of the list because we're not an emergency. So I have a feeling we might be without power for a while. But the problem is now. Hi everybody, welcome to Hollywood Studios. This is a turn up, isn't it? Well, we went to Starbucks and we charged our phone, sat and had a coffee, used their internet and everything, and then sorry, it was just a little girl walking in front of me. And then we've come to Disney, thought we'd have a wander around for a little bit because the weather's actually nice and cool. And yeah, our phones are working around here, so we're hoping it's fixed and it's not just this area. There was no park reservations for any of the parks, but we went to guest relations and she let us in. So I don't know whether it's just because everybody's thought, right, the parks are open now, let's get in here. But yeah, and the weather's nice as well. So yeah, so here we are in Hollywood Studios. Thought we'd come and have a look at the Christmas merch. Tower of Terror is 45 minutes, so we're going to go and have a look, see what Rock and Roller Coaster is. Maybe it's do single rider. I'm sure they've got a single rider lane here. We'll have a look. Single rider's open, so we're going to give it a go. We'd give up on Rock and Roller Coaster. We were in the single rider queue for, I would say, about 30 minutes, and it basically just didn't move at all. The normal line was only 40 minutes, so we've just left. Everybody else was leaving as well, so I don't know what was going on. Yeah, so we're just going to have a little wander. All of the queue times are really high. Obviously the park's been closed for 2 days, hasn't it? So every man and his dog's in here. But we just wanted to get out of the house anyway because there's nothing to do when you haven't got any power, and our phones don't seem to work at home either. So at least we're out and we'll at least get something to eat, either while we're in here or on the way home, and then I'm going to try and also charge the car on the way home, just in case the power doesn't come back on. $45. Oh, here's the first look at the Christmas stuff. Christmas lounge fly, fluffy one. Advent calendar. Christmas countdown calendar. That's cute. It's quite heavy. How much is that? $59.99. And the t-shirt, that's about it. How much is the t-shirt? Free. Oh yeah, that one's nice, isn't it? How much is that one? $34.99. 2024 one. That was a little look at the Christmas stuff that's just arriving in Hollywood Studios. There's not much, but they're starting to put it out. Yeah. And we're going to head home now. Well, we're not going to head home, but we're going to leave the park because even though it is much cooler than what it has been, it is like still sweaty a little bit, and we have no hot water, so I don't want to get to the point where I feel absolutely disgusting, because we are going to have a cold shower. So the quicker that cold shower is, the better. So I think we're going to go and get something to eat and charge the car as well now. So we're back home, and to be honest, I'm not going to swear, but I've had enough. We have spent nearly the last 2 hours trying to get the car charged. The traffic on the I-4 where people are going back to Tampa, it's totally understandable, but it took us nearly an hour to get from Disney to the Love's petrol station on the 27. I mean, you're talking it's 10 miles, and it took us like an hour. We get to the Love's petrol station, all the chargers were all tied up, so they were all off, and they're the fast chargers, and they're the only fast chargers in the area. We had something to eat in Arby's because we were both absolutely starving by then. Then went back on the 27 and tried to go to the slow chargers that are at the hotel, just like over the road where the Denny's is, and they were working, but because we're back near home, our phones have got no service again, so I couldn't open the app. The app wouldn't open. It just says no internet connection, and you can't use the charger without the app. I tried tapping my credit card, hoping it would like recognise me, but it just said no account recognised, and you have to set up the account on the app. So basically I can't use it because there's no phone coverage, and it's just a catch-22 situation. So I've basically wasted the battery on the car trying to get to charge the car. So now we're home, the battery's now on 42%, which is fine because that's still like 100 odd miles, but it basically means that it's for essential use only now, because if I daren't go any further journey because I can't charge it, and I don't know how long the power's going to be off. It's now 3:30 on a Friday afternoon and we've still got no power. I'm getting a little bit concerned that we're going to be left like this all weekend. We now have basically no food apart from like some noodles and stuff. Like I said earlier, we've got nowhere to keep anything cold. Yeah, I'm getting a bit like annoyed now. I'm sorry to be like miserable on here, but that's honestly how I feel. I feel like it's just been such a week. The build up to Milton coming, like quite stressful, because you didn't know what you were getting into. The night of it was horrendous, and then now we're left with no power. And I know I should be thankful that we've got no damage, but still, you know, and I think if we had some phone coverage, it wouldn't be too bad, because then at least we could watch something on our phone or something. But we've now got another night sitting by the candles with nothing, no phone, nothing. Can't even FaceTime anybody to keep us occupied, nothing. We're in for another boring night, I think. So I'm going to end this vlog here because, well, I just feel miserable, to be honest. And it's Friday anyway, and I've got no idea what I have vlogged this week. I haven't been able to edit anything. I usually edit as I go along. Obviously, I haven't had any power now for 48 hours, and I hadn't done any editing before that. I don't know when you're going to see this vlog. I've got no idea. It'll depend on when the power comes back up. But I'm going to end it here, and I will hopefully start next week's vlog on a more of a positive note, and hopefully we have power when I do that. So I just want to say thank you for watching. If you've watched me rant this long this week, then well done, well done. And I hope if you have been in Florida on holiday, that you are in a nice hotel and you've got lovely power and lovely internet. Yeah, and it hasn't been too bad for you. Anyway, I'm going to stop going on and I will see you all next week. Thank you for watching. Bye.